So I realise that sometimes when we go to make changes in our life, what comes up, I can speak from personal experience. I don't know if this is relatable to everyone. However, I just felt like I needed to share this experience, that when I've gone to do stuff, that means I need to look into parts of myself that need light on. I find that I go through a whole process of resisting it. I will do everything to distract myself. So I will go shopping. I will clean the house. I will find something else to do rather than sitting in that space and witnessing and looking at these things that are holding me back. Because when you're holding on and not looking at the things that are in your system that need light on, they tend to hold you back emotionally, or can hold you back financially, or they could hold you back in relationships or your career, and connecting with yourself, most importantly. So I just wanted to share this as an experience that I've had, because I feel it's important that we recognise that within ourselves when we're trying to do everything we can to distract ourselves, because it feels like that's more important. However, the more important stuff is wanting to be looked at and light shone on it. And once we've sat with that and moved through that uncomfortableness becomes then the space for more love, and more love for yourself, more love for you to give others, and just to feel differently again in the world about how you're relating to the external. So working on the internal and loving the relationship you have with yourself is always, I'd say, the priority. And allowing space for that regularly to maintain your own self is up there on the most highest of like maintenance priority and self-love. I think we get lost in the world sometimes and don't realise that we need to regularly maintain our own systems, our own bodies, our own being, and what's going on in our own inner world. Because we change and evolve all the time, and we're meeting different people, having different conversations. So it's regular checking in with yourself and that relationship with yourself to shine light on things, to see the letting go of something and what the experiences were. Just creates this newness within you, and a new version of you then can be born again, and you can then create more space for a happier version of yourself. This is my personal experience. I offer this with love and kindness. Not everyone may feel this way. Some people find it easier to sit and explore themselves. I know I can on some occasions. I can sit and dive in, and when someone's guiding me on a meditation or different things, I can dive into things a bit differently, or breath work, and think all the different modalities. But taking responsibility for myself and me doing it, for me, sometimes can be challenging. And I just want to share that with people, because I just feel that I promote myself as a coach and someone that works on myself, and I do it regularly, daily. I'm doing stuff, different things, different tools. However, I do have moments where it is hard, and I have to really sit myself down to face these things and deal with them, because sometimes the system wants to avoid it because it feels like it's protecting you, because it doesn't want to feel pain, it doesn't want to feel hurt. And sometimes if you're feeling really good, you're like, oh my God, do I really need to sit in that space? But it's going to make you feel even better. So it's obviously there's right moments for it, but there's also being responsible for taking care of your own upkeep. You have a car, or you feed yourself, your diet, or all different things that we regularly do to maintain things externally, like we clean the house regularly. Well, I do. Most people do. So we wash our clothes, So these are things that are maintaining us externally all the time. So with your car, you go and get it MOT'd, you get checkups on it and different things. So your body and your inner being and your soul and your spirit is something that you need to maintain and cherish and take care of, because only you have that power to do that, and that responsibility of taking care of yourself and loving yourself deeply in that moment, and sharing with yourself what's going on and working through the things that may be holding you back, and may just need a bit of light, just want a voice or just wants to be shared. I also believe as well that sometimes it's easier to write things down. Sometimes it's easier to speak things out. And if you feel speaking is maybe going to be a bit easier, then I would suggest voice noting yourself a message and just talking it out, and starting with just like, oh, how am I feeling today? What's going on in my body? Is there something that I need to share with myself, that I need to address? Is there a block anywhere, or am I resisting things? So yeah, just try subtle, beautiful questions to yourself. Just allow the layers and the opening softly and gently to come to the surface. It doesn't have to be forced and dug out, but gently ask yourself the questions. Even if you journal and just gently write down, how am I feeling today? How is my inner self feeling today? What would she like to share, or he share, or they share? So I'm just wanting to share this as an experience for me, and I hope it supports other people. Being vulnerable with yourself and sharing with yourself what's going on is also a great power to have, because it allows you to really hear your own voice of what you're feeling and experiencing. And over the years, you've probably quietened that voice down or suppressed it. So the more you allow that voice then to come out and share and speak, the more in your power you'll feel, the more heard you'll be feeling, because you're listening to yourself, and then you'll change and reshape that experience with other people externally with you, because you will be holding that vibration that you are seen and heard, and the external then becomes you're seen and heard. So I just wanted to share this with you, this experience that I've had over the years, and just, let you know that you're not alone in doing the inner work, and how it can sometimes be a covert operation of sitting yourself down and being in that moment with yourself. Set yourself up a nice ritual if you're going to do it as well. So just allow yourself, give the mind a sort of a structure of saying, right, at 4:00, I'm going to sit down for an hour, listen to some nice calm music, and then I will start sharing with myself to see what comes up. Different ways to open up that space for yourself, but ultimately taking that power back for yourself and finding out where your inner light is and what it's experiencing and what it wants to share. I hope this has been helpful. Obviously, you're aware that I do coaching and different experiences one-to-one and in groups. So if you are ever interested in joining one of my sessions, please do drop me a message and let's connect.